My name's Kimberly Rivers, and I'm managing editor and reporter of the Ventura County Sun and Ojai Valley News. Today's Monday morning, after the Thursday, July 10th, federal operations in Camarillo and Carpinteria. I'm here in Ojai this morning, and I'm just thinking about my experience covering the afternoon of July 10th in Camarillo. I was at the Las Posas side of Laguna Road. There were two sides. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol had the road, Laguna Road, blocked off on two sides of the glass house facility there when they were conducting their immigration operations. I showed up at around 3 o'clock and interviewed on video our local school board president here in Ojai, Atticus Reyes. That video is online on our social media feeds about what he had witnessed that morning, which was the taking and arrest of a Cal State University Channel Islands professor, Jonathan Caravello. And I interviewed Atticus about that. And then I had walked away from the line. So there was a line of about 30 Border Patrol agents and protesters. There were roughly 100 protesters. It was, to my eye, non-violent protesting. It was loud. They were taunting the agents. People were angry. I didn't see any protesters throwing anything. I didn't see any protesters even threatening to make contact with any of the agents. After my video interview, I had moved away from the line and I was loading the video. And all of a sudden I hear pop, pop, pop. And I turn and I realized I saw people kind of moving towards me, and I knew that they were bringing a vehicle through. I didn't hear any agent tell the crowd, we're going to bring, to disperse or anything. It was just the pops. And I knew that was the deployment of the canisters with tear gas or whatever compounds in those canisters. People were running sort of towards and past me. I tried to start a video. I didn't know that I was videoing. I was able to video. Immediately, it was hard to breathe and my eyes were burning. My eyes were burning so badly that I couldn't open them. And I was on a spot on the shoulder of the road that was uneven. I didn't want to fall. I didn't want to get hurt. I went down on one knee. And people at this point there were some people crying, there were people coughing, people shouting, saying, pour water on your face. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see there was a woman to my left. She was worse off than I was. There was a bottle of water on the ground. I was trying to tell her, there's water there, there's water there. And then I heard my name being called. It was Atticus, who I had just interviewed. He was saying, I'm bringing you water. I had dropped my phone and camera to the ground to kind of, to try to compose myself. And then I heard him say, look up, I'm going to pour water on your face. And he did. And that immediately helped. And I felt better. And I was able to recover. I stayed for a few more hours. Ambulances came in and out. Ventura County Fire Department trucks came in and out. The protesters continued to be angry and vocal. I want to be really clear. The story here is not me. The story here is not my experience. I think in addition, obviously, to the story of the immigration enforcement actions, which is what the federal government is calling these operations, is the intense military presence that now is happening in conjunction with those operations. This is heavy militarized operations. At one point, they drove out a large, dark vehicle with a big disc on top. A man came over and said that was an LRAD weapon. They were going to deploy it on the crowd, he said, and it would be very loud. And I asked if it was a sonic weapon, and he said yes. They did not deploy that, but it was brought out. So that's my experience. Be well.